All right, welcome everyone to the latest episode of Bridge City. Sam and I have been pretty busy over the last couple of weeks, so that's why you guys wouldn't have seen or heard anything from us. It's just been crazy couple of weeks in terms of the
It always
holiday
is this time of year. Yep.
and like the whole bloody 3 or 4 games within the space of we've still got another couple of games to go to fill out the
Yeah.
4 games in 10 days or whatever it's been. And I think the last video that we or the last podcast that we did, Sam, was after the Adelaide win,
Right. Yes. Yep.
the
Sweet.
last minute win that Long scored that cracker in. And we were kind of looking forward with a bit of optimism to the
Yeah.
4 games after that. I think we've now played 3 of those 4 games. I think is it? Let me just have a quick look. I did have it up here before our fixtures. Um, let's see,
We've got
Wellington.
the sixth and then the ninth.
Yeah,
We've
we
got
had the
two more
three games.
games in this
So
short period. Yeah.
we did the last episode after the 1-0 away win against Adelaide. Then we had the 0-0 draw against the Wanderers, the bottom of the table Wanderers.
Yeah.
Um, 2-1 loss to Macarthur. The amazing 2-1 last minute win against the Mariners and Moongate, whatever we want. Whatever.
Jesus.
And then obviously, yeah, what we don't really want to talk about, but we're going to have to talk about is that game from the other day that we went and watched.
Yep.
But you, mate, you said that you wanted to see a minimum of 7 points from those 4 games, and I think that's pretty much exactly what we got from them.
Yeah. We're looking at from the four games in 10 days, so not including that other one.
Okay, not including the
Yeah.
Wanderers.
So we're what, 3 of the 7 points so far. So nothing less than a draw in the next game. And then yeah, have to really pull it out of our ass to be able to see. I really realistically I thought that we could win those first 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought we'd struggle over the next two. So we're already struggling, obviously, because they went down to 10 men and we still couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, optimism sort of died.
Yeah,
at that died at KO stadiums. Unfortunately, it's
we'll
yeah.
we'll get into like our thoughts on that game in a sec.
Yep.
I just I mean, we wanted to jump on and do an episode after each of those games. We just haven't managed to get around to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's easy enough now that we've lost a game that badly and whatever. Everyone's feeling sad to sort of have a bit of hindsight. But my general feeling, even with the Mariners game, even though we did get away with it, the Mariners game, the MacArthur game, um,
Even the Adelaide.
the
No, the
Adelaide game
Adelaide
to a
game was
certain
probably
extent.
a bit more positive, wasn't it? Yeah.
Adelaide game, it was positive. We
I'm
played
thinking of the
well.
game after MacArthur.
Yeah. So, well, the Adelaide game was the first game that we played without Stage. That was the game that he got injured in.
Yeah.
And then so that's been a common denominator over those last 4 games. It's been no Stage.
It just shows you like the depth is not there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's not just a Brisbane Roar thing. That's A League in general is yeah. Once one person sort of gets injured, you can just down the the poo
Yeah.
shooter
Yeah.
for a little bit. But yeah, like when we saw that was it last year or the year before with Henry Hall? You see it. A
Yeah.
player that's doing well, that's having a lot of impact. As soon as they're gone, the team struggles. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah,
100%. I think might have been in our preseason episode. I think I might have said that was one of my main concerns this season.
yep,
Was I was thinking if Jay O'Shea gets injured, like what happens? But it
yeah,
looks like it's Stayich is the linchpin,
yeah,
and I think we're really missing him. But him aside, him missing aside out of those 4 games, the 3 games previous to the Wellington game, my concern, and this is the concern that I've had all season. I think you and I might have touched on it in a couple of games at the start of the year. Is our lack of creativity in midfield, and
yeah,
we, I mean, we up until tonight we were third on the ladder,
yeah.
but we were also second last in terms of goals scored.
Okay.
and I can't remember, there were some other stats as well. Like we didn't feature in any of the attacking stats when I checked the other day.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like passes in the final third and assists and all of that sort of stuff. We don't feature in probably maybe the top 20 in any of those things at the moment. Yeah, and then I think the Wellington game was like a perfect example of the fact that we've got nothing.
Yeah. Really don't.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's for
especially
me, it's
when you've been given an advantage, you still have nothing. It's
I mean, we you see it all the time. It's an old cliche that
yeah,
teams do struggle against 10 men, but man, well, like I said, we'll get to that game in a sec. But for me, um, yeah, I think the with Stage going, I think that's meant that O'Shea has had to drop back, and he's
yeah.
playing the main defensive midfield, and so we're missing his influence a little bit further up the field.
And I feel like
Um,
we've got Klein and him playing the same role now
Too
as well.
similar.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it in that game. Like I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, I like you could take Klein off right now. Like you, there's nothing happening between those two.
hmm
Yeah, like yeah, we'll go into that when we go into the game. But yeah,
into the game. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I thought it'll take us 3 hours to sit here and go through the last four games. But my summation is that I just think that we're really lacking. We're lacking creativity in midfield, and we're lacking midfield. I mean, we're
just midfield. Yeah,
yeah, and I think we're another concern for me is that we had the Valkanis made the Alexander the Great analogy about the surface a couple of weeks ago, as everyone knows. For
yeah.
me, Alexander the Great was one of the greatest tacticians, military tacticians, and that's how he conquered three quarters of the known world at the time. And it wasn't going into each battle with the same battle plan. I can guarantee you
That's
that.
true. Yeah, unique for
And
each opponent. Yeah,
yeah, and each battlefield was different. Each army that he fought was different. Each terrain was different. Temperatures, all that sort of stuff. And I mean that correlates over to football as well. And I think I just haven't seen a plan B yet,
yeah,
besides kicking the ball up the field and hoping for the best, which has come off a couple of times.
yep.
And there has been glimpses, like in the Adelaide game, we looked sharp, we got the ball down, and we passed it around and looked good. But yeah, what about you? What's your general consensus over those last four games, mate?
Yeah, just haven't been sort of impressed over the last few weeks. But again, it's yeah, are the boys looking forward at the schedule, going, oh shit, like I've got all these days. Do I have to like pace myself to be able to get through these games? That sort of stuff happening. Um, like we saw Quinn McNichol starting when he hasn't been starting. Like, is this what's starting to affect it? Is it we're starting to put other players in to start because we know that we don't have the like you really shouldn't be playing the same team for fucking yeah, 4 times in 10 days. So
Yeah, yeah,
it yeah, we're seeing sort of little things where they're not gelling because they're not used to playing with each other. Things we saw in the years past where don't have the same team three
yeah,
weeks in a row, we struggle 3 weeks in a row.
yeah.
That's what I've seen is
Mhm.
we've chopped and changed over those last few weeks, and it's not worked at all. And they look tired, they look disinterested, and we get a ball going forward, and they're holding the ball up. There's no urgency to get the ball into the back of the net. Whereas that's what we had. We had
Mhm.
the first 7 minutes of the game was just let's try and get this ball in the back of the net as many times as we can in this 7 minutes. Let's win the game in the first little bit of this game. And that's kind of what Wellington did to us in that last game. MacArthur um, had a go at it as well. They started out strong as well, and I was like, ugh, getting a bit worried there. And I just think people are just figuring out that if they can control the ball, they can just control the narrative of the game for us. Like
Yeah,
they don't have to try because we will, yeah, we'll give it to them in the end.
that's it. I was going to say they don't have to try and get the ball back because we're going to give it to them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's been really frustrating. Um, I mean, obviously, there's a lot to talk about after the Central Coast game and
yeah,
everything that happened with that. I think a lot's been said about it. There's a lot that everyone doesn't know about. We don't know what happened in the tunnel.
yeah.
We don't know what was being said on the sidelines. I think, every man and his dog has had their say about it, so I don't really think we need to go into it too much. But I will say it was nice to get a win against Warren Moon and in that
I
fashion as
was,
well.
yeah, in that fashion
Um,
too. It's always
it,
lovely to win at the last second, isn't it? It's
it is, and the fact that, I mean, I know he's a lovely guy. He seems like a lovely guy, and I mean that's the reason that we weren't winning under him, and that's the reason the Central Coast aren't winning at the moment too. Like,
yeah.
um,
Mind
I
you,
know it's what's
did
that?
they
Sorry.
win the other night?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
um, oh, that's funny. Sam and I were saying after how shit we were against Wellington, that Warren Moon's presence rubbed off on us,
Yes.
and our presence rubbed off on the Mariners, and they went down
And we
and
were playing in Warren Moon's KO Stadium as well.
KO
So
Stadium as well. Yeah,
the
Ghost
KO
of Moon
curse.
Past.
Oh, that's what we
Um,
can call the podcast. It's KO
the,
curse.
hit the KO curse. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny, but I mean, yeah, it was. I don't. Yeah, plenty's been said about it. I
Yeah.
know, just for everyone's sake, if you're interested at all, Sam and I have got differing opinions on, the whole how the referees, being spoken to and all that sort of stuff. When I don't need to go into it, but I mean, because it's been and done now, and I think a big enough deal was made about it that we don't really need
Yeah.
to harp on it. I think we've got more important things to discuss that are going on with the team at the moment than that. For me, let's just get into that game because I think some of the things that I've sort of got in my mind probably pop up
Yeah,
throughout the
definitely. Yep.
game. So, um, first of all, it was worst case scenario. Like
It really was. Yep.
the team, the team's been doing well. The crowds at Suncorp have been around about that 7 or 8 thousand mark. We've been saying for well, the 2 years that we've been doing this, the two previous seasons that we've been doing this podcast, we've been saying play good football and you win matches and crowds will start to come back.
That's it.
And it felt like, after that Adelaide game, it was like, okay, all right, let's see what we got. And then it was like, 0-0 against the Wanderers. Okay, a point away, that's all right. Then it was like the disappointment of that 2-0 game, 2-1 game against Macarthur where we just handed them two
Yeah.
goals,
Just that was two easy penalties. Yeah.
two penalties. And then obviously the elation again after the Mariners and coming off that game into this one, thinking,
Yeah.
all right,
Ride this wave. Yeah.
the whole sold out stadium at KO, supposed
Yeah. Sold out. I would make.
sold out stadium, guys. Yeah, when the 8,500 or whatever it was got announced, everyone around us was looking at each other like, "What the fuck?" And people were
Well,
laughing. But
there, when I looked it up, it was like 8-7 or something is sold out. Like 8-7 is the seated capacity. Then they've got function room capacities as well.
it's a
So
10 and a
there's
half thousand cap.
yeah, 10,500. So you can fit like so many in the function room. You can fit so many in those two 4x tent things. And then that whole top level was empty, which is
Yeah,
usually, remember we used to go and get the food and all that sort of shit
yeah,
up there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, coming into that game, it was like it was it was all on the line there for Brisbane to come into it and spearhead the big, like
Yeah.
finish to the season. I mean, we still got a little while to go yet, but we just played 4 games away. Christmas, New Year, we missed out on all of that stuff at home.
Yep.
Saturday afternoon, the sun was beaming down, and just horrible, mate. Horrible from start to
Yeah.
finish.
But it wasn't just horrible from the Raw point of view. It was horrible refereeing, which made it even worse. And I think it just culmination of all those things, not having the gaffer on the sideline is, I think, a big loss as well.
Mhm.
I feel like they actually really look to him for guidance, especially emotional.
Yeah.
Um, because
Oh,
they were so lost.
you see it when you watch him, like when you're at
Yeah,
Suncorp.
he's up and about and animated and yeah.
Yeah, directing the team around. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Um, yeah. Where do we start with that game? I mean,
Oh,
I feel so bad harping on about it again, but I mentioned it in almost every episode last season. Like, I don't know why they re-signed Ability, man. Like,
ability.
I'm
That's
sorry.
what
I don't know if like I always feel bad because I think I think there are maybe a couple of I know there's people at the club and maybe there's a couple of players that might watch this, but yeah, that was not good enough. And that's,
no.
I mean,
When
the
I look
assist.
at it and I think I can do a better job, that's when you're like, nah, like if you're saying that sort of shit, like you're like, well, they're clearly not doing their job properly. If yeah, a guy that's 40 years old is like, yeah, put me down there. I guarantee you, I wouldn't pass that ball. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
yeah,
fluffing that up. I'd be clearing it out or yeah, moving it to a player that's actually yeah.
yeah.
Just don't make those sort of mistakes.
No, it was horrible. And he did come off, like just before.
Yeah,
Was it before halftime or?
I can't even remember. It was,
I'm pretty
I
sure
could.
it was in the first half that he got subbed off.
I looked at the stats this morning and was like, did we really? Was that red card really in the first half?
Yeah, yeah. It was. We played.
Fuck.
It was like the half hour mark or something, and that's when the change got made. Hall came on. I think was it Hall that came on or no? He
Yeah, we're
started.
like, he's no, Hall
Uh,
came on for
Hall
someone.
came
Yeah, I
on.
can't
Yeah,
remember. There was
and
ages.
Ability went off. And yeah, I mean, and the assistant coach said in the press conference after the game that it was a tactical switch, and I'm like, was it tactical or
Mm-mm.
was he hooked? I've got a feeling Valkanis would have been in his ear going, get him the fuck off right now,
Yeah,
because Dean Buzanis was not happy with him.
no.
He was
What,
fuming.
three times?
Yeah,
He absolutely gave it to him. And then when that red card was happening, he was still giving it to him.
yeah,
Like you're watching him come over and give it to him. And I was like,
yeah. That sort of brings me to the one of the points that I was going to make, mate. Is like that was Harrington's last game.
yep,
Um, so we're back to if we go off how the games have been the last 5 or 6 weeks, we're back to the same thing that we had last season with two inexperienced defenders together. We're going to have
yep.
Valkanis and Bility, and no one there to lead him around. And you've got Salas out on the right, McGarry on the left. Who, to be fair, they're
McGarry's,
experienced.
yeah.
So
McGarry was overworked big time.
they're both international defenders. Like they both
Yeah.
play for their national teams. But they're not centre backs. So
No.
yeah, I really think in this January transfer window they need to make another Tom Aldred type signing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who have we still got. You've got Austin Ludwig who's there, who I think is a good backup. But it might be worth putting him in with either Valkanis or Ability, and
Just get an older head in there. Yep.
having an older head in there for a little while. Yeah. Then we've got I think Ben Walland is still in the
Yeah, I have no
squad.
idea what's happening with Warland, but he's definitely still around. So
Pecranus.
yeah, put Fakranus in.
He's well
He's
inexperienced
he's modelling somewhere.
now that he hasn't played a game in 2 years. Um, yeah, so that for me is a massive worry is Harrington gone and the fact that we could potentially have two, under 20. What are they, under 23s or something? The two of them.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah,
Super. I mean, Ability. You can say he's experienced now because he played last season, but he's still not up to it as far as I'm concerned.
still making mistakes that shouldn't be making in professional leagues. So
Making mistakes, he gets caught out of position, gets dragged and pulled out of position so easily. Yeah, just yeah. Um, what else can we? What else in that game? Was there anything? Was there anything positive from us?
Not really, no. I
You had
spent
like Vidic getting
most of the
posted.
game spent most of the game wrangling two children,
Yeah,
so
that's right. You
it
were too.
was it was very hard.
Um,
Um, no, I like the yeah, there were definitely positive moments, but when it's really hard to say they're positive when you had a man advantage for 60 minutes. Like you really should be dominating in every stat. That's
yeah,
for sure. Um, Even if you lose, you should be dominating in every stat. So it's kind of hard to sort of see where we went positively because they just shut up shop. There was 10 men behind that line, behind that ball, I mean,
yeah,
every time that we had the ball. Half the game was probably played in like the third quarter of the pitch.
yeah.
And we just didn't seem to be able to get through them
No, we couldn't break him
at
down.
any point. And then then they'd get the ball and be on counter attack, and
You
it
know,
just kept rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
talking about not being able to break him down, like you were obviously off sitting in the shade with the boys, and I was with Dad, and Dad and I were pointing out that that we were. Oh, just bump the microphone. Sorry. If anyone's listening on headphones. Yeah, like we had
Just
like
lines.
the lines, like the midfield
Yeah,
and the attack, and they just would just stand there.
yeah.
And then the
If
Jay
you watch it
O'Shea
back,
and
so did Wellington. I'm about to say New Zealand. So did Wellington. They were doing it. So I feel like we were just falling into their line of defence, and we weren't staggering our attack. Yeah, it was
there was
weird.
there was no one running into any pockets or any space. It was just like go and stand beside your defender and wait for the
Yeah,
ball. And so O'Shea and Klein and the defenders are sort of and uh Fracas and Hall, like when they come on, they're sort of like looking like where do we where do we
yeah.
play the ball? Like no one's
Where am I
making any
putting the ball?
runs.
And it
Very
happens a couple of times on would have been the first half that I noticed it, where a player would pass the ball and there would be and the player passing the ball would just stop.
they wouldn't move into
That my job's
space.
done. Yeah, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, keep running. Like
yeah,
the space is right there. I had three guys behind me that were it was actually really good to listen to them because they're just reiterating the exact same shit that we do.
yeah.
I was like, "Do you guys listen to our podcast?" No, I didn't do that. Um, yeah, that it was just really funny to listen to someone literally have the exact same thoughts. I
Yeah.
like turned around to them and I was like, "Are you guys in my brain?" Like, they were they thinking the exact same thing, and we were just bouncing off each other for the rest of the match, just like, why
Yeah.
is it like this? Why are we playing like this? Why aren't we taking Bolidi off? Oh, Bolidi went off, yay! And then it was painful. But I think they even were saying that they think Klein should have been coming off. Just because, that's why I said I was like, they're the same fucking player. Like
Mm.
they're not doing anything. They're,
Yeah, it was
so O'Shea
it
would get the
was
ball and Klein was with him, not in front of him. In front of him.
yeah. You, that's you just sort of made me think when you're talking about Klein, then you had McNichol, Hall when he came on, you had Roos. We've got these players that play they can all play like a false nine,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
none of them can play a number 10.
yep.
And none of
There's
them
no 10.
yeah, there's no 10 and none of them can play a proper wing position because none of them are wingers and none of them are
No.
especially quick.
Well,
McNichol,
I think that was the big thing. You saw that when Henry got the ball on that counter attack and just sort of
yeah,
slowed himself down and held. And you're like, come on, at least try and take them on. Like,
and that's the difference with Wellington. Like Eze, their striker has got a bit of
yeah,
pace.
boom, off he goes. Yeah,
They had Armiento, who's quick until he got red carded. They do
which
have.
have you watched it back?
I was watching the A League download
Yeah,
podcast this afternoon, and they were saying there was no real good enough angle that to
Yeah,
sort
that's
of.
what I thought. Yeah, because I just watched the replay this morning, and I was like, I don't know. Like it's, yeah, he definitely is late and hitting him. They're both on the ground,
They
both
both went in
sliding
pretty
into the
hard. Yeah,
tackle. If anything, it probably just would have been multiple yellows from all of that fucking lead up bay that got to that point. Because that's why they both dived in like they did, because Central Coast didn't get
mm.
um the foul that happened on them. Then we didn't get the foul that happened on us, and then
Wellington.
Wellington, sorry, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, they didn't get the foul, yeah, and it just sort of, yeah, and then both players jumped in because they were like, "Fuck this," and yeah, and that's what I feel like it ended. But the referee just like, and actually the guys behind me said so, and I totally agree with them because I see it in NRL as well. Referees used to get in between the players. So if someone's having a scuffle, they get themselves in between them, and they're the ones that are creating the space between. He wandered off over to the middle of the field and just let it happen. And you're like,
yeah,
take control, mate. Like, get in there and take control. Like, they're throwing each other onto the ground and stuff. It could have been immediately changed by putting yourself in the middle of there.
yeah,
Because one of them, yeah, like, no one's going to touch you. Like, people are going to see your shirt and, oh, yeah, can't do that.
yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
just,
don't
yeah,
I don't know what the guidelines and the rules are regarding that. Maybe they're under direction to get out of it, but
which makes zero sense. Like,
yeah, I mean
that's your
it's.
job. You're a referee.
I don't think I've really seen any of the refs in any of the games that I've watched this year have a really good game. They all seem to have
Yeah,
um seem
has
to
been
make
well, their bad ones stand out a lot more.
yeah,
Yeah.
but just yeah. I mean, we don't. I don't like to be lose a game and then harp on about the ref, but
Oh no,
it
I'm saying like it was both ways. Like it was
yeah.
shit refing. Yeah.
I mean,
Like
in
there
that
was a lot in the second half where I'm like no, don't try and even it up now. Like don't
yeah.
try and yeah, give them like give us the penalties that you were giving them in the first half. Like yeah, it was just sort of like no, fuck that. Like continue what you were doing, exactly how you were refing earlier.
Well,
That's the
mate, look,
problem.
we've got
Yeah.
we're going to try and make this one a really quick one tonight, like we always say, and ends up going for an hour and a half. But
No, let's do it.
we've got about 10 minutes to go. So I haven't even thought about my 3-2-1s for the
Well,
Blyberg medal, but
I can give you three.
you go through
Three is
yours.
definitely
I've got a rough idea, but
well, three is definitely to Wellington because that was like if you're a Wellington supporter, it was a fucking great game. Be able to hang on for 60 minutes and then extend your lead is just yeah, chef's kiss. Um, to not concede as well. Away from home, did have a big advantage, but still they took advantage of what they could. You can only do what's in front of you, sort of thing. You only play what's
yeah,
in front of you, and they did it perfectly. Um, I'd have 2 points would be to Bazanas for yelling at Belletti. It was beautiful to watch. And my 1 point is definitely to the four people that didn't turn up where I got to go and sit in the shade. Thank you very much, whoever that was.
yeah.
Because we actually struggled to get four people together. So
With
when
the seats,
I like
yeah,
because we've got three in our passes, and then I've got like another 3 game pass, and I've just added that on. Trying to get four in a row was actually very hard. And then we got there and we're like, where the fuck are all these people? Because there's like a whole row missing next to us
seats
here.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
Sam's wife won't be watching this, so we can dob him in. He forgot to take sunscreen for the
well, I
how
didn't forget
old's
to take it. I forgot to put it. I forgot to move
forgot to
it
put it
from
on.
one bag to the other.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
even though I could see the car from where we were sitting.
little Oakley didn't have any sunscreen on. Luckily for us, right beside us, Sam and Oakley could go and sit in
Yeah,
some
well, I
shade.
was literally just going to walk over into the shady stadium and just stand over there.
Yeah. All right. Let me have a quick think. I think I'm going to give um 1 point to Stayich.
Mhm.
Um, just that was horrible. What happened to him a couple of weeks ago, and he's had his surgery, and he seems like he was straight into rehab straight
Yep.
after his surgery.
They said it's going to be a lot quicker than they thought it was going to be as well.
You can
So
see it's really
yes.
means something for him, and we really need him back. So I think he's very quickly become the heart and soul of the team. So
Yep.
I'm going to give 1 point to him. Um, in the same vein, I'm going to go with 2 points to another 2 points to Salas.
Yeah.
I think
True.
even though he unfortunately copped a beautiful nutmeg for that third goal of theirs and tripped
That wasn't
over
his
and
fault. Yeah, exactly.
um, up and the last over those last 4 weeks, he's been like a constant. He's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
But why was he the man that was left back there as well is baffles me. Yeah, let's put the tiniest thing that's on our. It's like Matt Mackay going out the back. Like you're like, why? Why are you down there?
so that's one for Stayich, two for Salas. Um, okay. I'm going to give my 3 points to Geordie.
Yeah,
We
yeah. Hey, Jordy.
Yeah, we met Geordie when we were entering the
Parker
stadium.
did mention you today, so
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Um, I'm not sure. I haven't got my phone with me. But Geordie, I haven't got his last name or anything. He is the man who's taking all of the amazing photos, or the majority of the amazing photos that
yeah.
you're seeing in the socials. I know he's got another couple of people that shoot with him, but Geordie, I believe, is the marketing manager as well
Okay, cool.
for the Raw. And yeah, it was really nice. He came up and he was like, "Hey, are you from
Yeah,
Bridge City?" And I was like, "Oh my god, we've been recognised." And yeah, had a had a quick chat with him, and yeah, like hopefully we can. We've been trying to line something up with the club for a little while in terms of hopefully some interviews or some content and
yeah.
stuff. So we had a little bit of a chat about that. I'm still going to try and link up with Joe as well if I can remember to check my emails.
That's the
um,
hardest thing, isn't it? I hate
but yeah,
emails.
I think like Geordie's come from the Bullets, and I'd love to sit down with him and have a bit of a chat about his whole philosophy when it comes to marketing and all that sort of stuff. Because he's him and the team are crushing it, and yeah, so that's 3 points to Geordie. What have we've probably how long have we got? A couple of minutes left. 4.5 minutes, Sam. Well, what have we got? We've got Melbourne City in a couple of nights
Yep,
time or
Melbourne City
tomorrow night.
tomorrow night. So less than 24 hours from where we're sitting now.
Yeah,
Well, 24 hours time, the game will be over and
yeah,
we'll
we'll
have
we'll know the
lost. So,
result.
I mean, we will have played. Um, yeah, I haven't watched any game other than the Derby game of
Mhm.
theirs. Um, so yeah, so I can't really give a good gauge on what
Yeah,
they're going to
they're
be like. But from where they're sitting on the table, we should realistically do a number on them. Like really, it'll just be hard
yeah,
because they know how to score goals. That's the
they're
problem.
dangerous. They're dangerous. Yeah.
Mm,
And I mean they'll be a lot better rested than what we will be as well.
that's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's why I reckon
Uh,
we'll lose. But
I think like these next 3 weeks could make or break the season for us.
oh, definitely.
We got Melbourne City, then I think we've got Perth Glory after that. Oh no, we've got
Yeah.
Auckland after that.
Oh yeah, the Auckland, that's Suncorp. Yeah,
Top of the table Auckland, and then Perth Glory after that away.
could be a top of the table stinker. It could be.
Brisbane and Auckland.
Yeah, I
Well,
could say
the
yeah.
Perth one's a worry because like in the past it was like that's 3 points. That's
Yeah,
three.
yeah, but
That's some
Zadkovic
points.
isn't there anymore. So
it's like that's some points in the bag. You pretty much know you were going to get a draw or a win against Perth, but that's
yeah,
no longer the case. They're
it's been very even since Christmas.
it's been
Anyone can beat anyone. Yeah,
yeah
it's
yeah.
really changed since Christmas.
I think we can't go into any other games this season complacent and think that we're going to rock up
No,
and win a game. Um, we really have to be switched on, and this next couple of games are going to be important because I mean we've got the Melbourne game tomorrow, and then the Auckland game a couple of days
yep,
after
three
that.
days later. Yep,
Yeah, and then we've finally got a 7 day rest until the
What
next
what
game,
day is the ninth? Is it a
Friday.
oh, sweet? So we'll head up there for
Yeah,
that
yeah, we'll
game.
be up
Yeah,
there for that. And I'm positive that's at Suncorp as well.
it's a Suncorp game. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, all right. So we might even actually try and get to seeing if we're going up with Dad, we'll park right out the front of it, last man
That's
standing,
it.
and
Yeah,
that's where I'm pretty sure that's where the Den are having their pre-game
oh, they're
events
going
now.
at that big, huge bar
Yeah, the old
that's
Newstead
always
Brewery.
empty. Sweet,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So we might try and head up there for that if we can make it happen with work and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you to anyone who's like reached out in the DMs or on comments and stuff and been waiting for another episode. We've just been too busy. And hopefully now, with this next 2 games out of the way, the silly season's over and we can sort of get back to normal a little bit.
Yeah, that's it.
Um,
Yeah,
and get back to our weekly programming. After the next game, Sam, after the Melbourne City game, we should probably start talking about potential transfers, where
well,
we
that's
think
yeah.
we
That was
go,
something I
sort
was
of
going to
stuff.
mention this week, and I thought, no, fuck it, we'll worry about it after the next couple of games because, yeah, I,
Yeah.
I thought that some players maybe have been told that they're disappearing, and that could be
Well,
a reason that it could be. So,
cool. Yeah.
conspiracy theories in 6 days.
We'll see. Yeah, Harrington's
Check
going to
out
be.
check out TikTok after the next game, the away game. Might even go live during the game, but after the game, I'll definitely do like a quick little wrap of my thoughts and try and get some other people's thoughts, and I can relay them through that.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that,
Oh, that reminds me, we haven't got long to go now, Sam. But in the next
yeah,
episode, we've got a bunch of comments we'll have to read out from the last video too.
yes, yeah,
All right, look, guys, we're going to wrap that up now. Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks without anything from us. I'm sure that you guys have managed, and
yeah.
let's wish. Hopefully, we have a better performance tomorrow night, and hopefully, this goes up before that game. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you after the next game. We've got a couple of other things to let you know about then as well. Cool.
Peace.